Hello, this is the alien Wicked, and this.
Is the Ducky Gwen. Welcome to yet another installment of Ducky and the Alien. Tonight,
Yeah,
we are going to talk about Wicked's modeling photos as well as her latest self-portraits.
thank you. I will
Then,
be happy to show them.
and then we're gonna talk about Pokemon Go's latest updates,
Age.
which should be pretty interesting. I'm
Okay,
going to go full on brutally honest mode with this one as
you mean
it is
the
quite the hit and
po-
miss.
the Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Go, yes, Pokemon
Oh,
Go,
God, they disappoint.
sort of.
Okay, sorry for the spoiler alert, people.
Hey, you don't have anything apologies for. And then,
Okay,
lastly, we have an announcement in regards to our Facebook fan group for
oh
our Ducky and
yeah,
the Alien and the Ducky Alien Files series. But
uh,
first off, let's talk about your modeling and self-portraits.
okay. Which one do you want to start, the modeling or the self portraits?
Let's do the modeling.
Okay. Let's see. Describe the video and I'll try to tell you about it.
Okay, so one of the first ones you sent to me was you in what appears to be a forest, and you were kind of sitting down on
Most of
something.
them, they what?
You were kind of sitting down on something.
Yeah, that one I was trying to look like a spooky kid, like a mall goth
I think you
slash.
did a great job.
Thank you. Also, I was trying to look like one of my ancestors with the chin line. I know some people would say that would be bad, but when you have the DNA in you in the first place, it's not as taboo as whether if I was completely from the Western Hemisphere or if I wasn't indigenous or anything, then I would be, then you could hackle me. But since I have Siberian and Central Asian heritage in me, you can't hackle me for this chin line because it's in my DNA.
I see. That is really, really interesting. Yes, I
Yeah.
kind of really love the feel of that photo. You were kind of like giving a thousand yard stare style look into that
Oh, that.
camera.
Oh, that. Oh, that dirty look.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For those that are unfamiliar, the thousand yard stare is a photo that was taken, I believe, around somewhere along between the First and Second World Wars, where a guy stares at the camera like
Yeah.
a very serious stare.
Oh, he
It's
must be having a PTSD or something. I can
yes, yes.
see that. Jesus Christ, can I relate to that? Sorry. Sorry, sorry.
We're Vietnam War rather, because it appears to have been taken in, I'd say, the 1950s. Man, I forget which decade that was.
1950s, the 50s.
Yes, somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just look up the image right now real quick. See what Google Images has to offer. There we go. I think I found
Thousand.
it.
I think that's very common with people with PTSD.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh
Oh
boy.
wait. Oh wait. It was taken in 1944, so definitely World War II.
Yeah, I knew it
Yeah.
had something to do with the PTSD.
Yep, because war, what war does to people.
Ugh, ugh, yes, I know what it does. And I
Yes,
wasn't a soldier, I was just a little twinkle coming out of someone's womb.
yes. Anyway, this is according to a post from Reddit, the subject of the photo is a USMC private Theodore J. Miller. He's helped aboard a ship after intense combat on
Oh boy,
Eniwetok Atoll, and I apologize if I butchered that. He was
that's right.
killed a month later.
By
That
who?
is the month after the photo was taken. It's wartime.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I keep from trying to push that at the back of my head.
Basically, yeah, he was. killed in action a month later. Oddly enough,
Uh,
the abbreviation KIA is also the name of one of the car brands we know today, Kia. But that's beside the
Kia.
point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Kia. My aunt used to drive one of those. Or still is driving one of those. A Kia.
yeah,
Kia.
yeah.
So, so a thousand yard stare is about PTSD, basically.
That something like that. Yes,
Because
it would make
that
sense.
guy had it, was in a war, and did that same stare as I did, and I have the piss off, as I call it, PTSD, then it's most likely the poor fellow in the picture had it too.
Yes, but
But
like he
I'm
said,
not a
yeah, like he said, he only lived until a month after that photo. So,
dang.
but if he were to have survived, who knows what he could have gone through after the war was done.
Yeah, I can imagine what he's going through. It's a pain in the ass.
Yes,
Trying to downplay anything. I'm just saying it is what it is. Okay,
absolutely, of
photo.
course. Okay, so next photo here is you in different makeup entirely, and this time you got like a red around your eyes.
Yeah,
Kind of looks like a big stripe, and you have like a big
orange.
dot above it, as well as the little dots that are used as the eyebrows.
Oh yeah,
I
I
love the
think I.
makeup look in this one.
Okay, that one, and it's a big red stripe. I think I know which. It has a red dot or a big dot.
Yeah, the big black dot.
Okay, I think I know which one. Oh, that one was my first time trying it. That was supposed to be pink or trying to look red.
I see.
Yeah, it kind of obviously succeeded in that fact. I try to do more indigenous Siberian makeup instead of just normal makeup because I wasn't born in the West. I was born in Romania, so and my ancestors came from that region as well as Tibet and Mongolia and the Xinjiang, China region of China. So that's why I do the makeup I do.
I think that's a pretty good reason to do such makeup like that. I think it makes you look unique, and
Yep.
I think it's a way to get creative.
Yes, they're your ancestry. Now I got them coming out my nose. My ancestors, no offense.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in other words, you know what I mean. It's stupid allergy season.
Yep, exactly.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah.
next photo. Ooh, this one, you have one side of your face showing, and then there's the tree.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites. That's a fire look I was going for.
I thought it looked pretty rad. It really did.
Yeah.
And especially it goes pretty well with your hair. I really love the pink, the
I
bluish
had to.
green, and the blue, and the
Oh,
purple, not to mention.
thank you,
I really love the mix of colors in this
thank you.
photo. Really. Then one of my other favorites, this one was pretty interesting. Okay, so in this one, you kind of looked like you have that rawr thing going on.
Flower,
You know,
flower.
you had that little handout,
Oh,
like claw like.
oh yeah, now I know which one with the blue and purple makeup.
Yes. I thought that was pretty
That
interesting.
one was trying to show mental illness without actually showing mental illness.
Yes. I think you really do.
Most of them do show have some aspects of mental health in them because I'm trying to make people aware of these, like piss off, for example, PTSD, as I call it, piss off. Sorry to
The
say
piece
that,
off.
but that's what I call it.
Yes, and then there's a picture before it with the makeup that I haven't even seen before until now. This one, I thought you did really, really good on this one.
Yeah, but describe it to me.
Like, it kind of looked like you were like wearing a mask, if you will. And then there's
Oh,
The little
spirals.
white stuff on your chin.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty good. That was good. I was trying to go for a rainbow look. Didn't go over very well, but it was supposed to welcome it in spring and stuff.
I think it looks really rad nonetheless.
Thank you.
Really it does. I really
Yep,
like it. Really do. All right, so now the next one that I'm gonna describe it. You had that pink hair right there. Of course, it's
yep,
obviously a side cut. Then
yep.
you had the red lines
On
on your
my
eyes as well
forehead.
as the I think it was the black and white dots or something like that. And from far away, the septums look more like the buck teeth, if you will, but close up, it's nose piercings. Either way, it
Yeah,
looks really good. Well, I kind of like the little
it
sun
is.
necklace thing.
Oh, thank you.
Really,
I got that the other day. Also, I'm trying to be as authentic with my modeling without going bare buttock because I don't believe in going bare buttock around the woods and then posting it online. So I just keep my clothing on and wear the authentic jewelry that is of shamanism.
cool, cool.
Yep,
That's awesome. Okay, the next
yep,
pic I'm gonna look at is ooh, I'm really liking the eye makeup here. It's kind of like a bluish purple. Well, rather, it's a combination of blue and purple eye
indigo.
makeup. Uh,
Yeah,
You're
okay,
about to say Wendigo?
indigo,
Oh,
indigo. No,
indigo. Yes, indigo. That looks really impressive, really.
yeah, thank you. I
And I
find that helps a lot with that was just for creative purposes.
the way really love the blend of the colors on there.
Thank you very much. I spent about 15 minutes to a half an hour at my makeup.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really,
yes, it
very
is
nice.
nice.
Already,
And
and I wanted to talk about the hand.
the hand was also a sign of anguish and mental illness.
Nice.
Sometimes we have, without pain, there is no joy. 50 Cent said in his song Many Man. I don't know what album that was on, but I remember the actual lyric. Without pain, there ain't no joy. And that is one thing I try to do with a lot of my creativity, as well as anything else for that matter. I do a lot of, well, if there's no joy without the pain in the arses.
Come to think of it, yeah,
So he
indeed.
was right. And a lot of rappers, although some of them may have done bad, some may have not, have a lot of say about what life is like, or a lot of wisdom because they've either done bad or they've either read a good book. In this case, with 50 Cent, I remember I think he may have done something doofusy in his life and got shot 95 times before he was allowed out of hospital.
Wow.
I think
Oh my
that's
goodness.
what happened with him. We can talk about that tomorrow on Monday's True Crime about 50 Cent.
That is a good idea, actually. And speaking of the true crime channel, well, technically it's also a creepypasta, lore, and medical
Yep,
mystery channel.
that would be a perfect one for the medical. How did
Yeah,
someone survive so many dang bullets?
yeah. Speaking of which, there was no Ducky Alien Files video this week because stress on my,
Yep,
course, on
and
my
there
head.
was a little bit on my ass too. A little stress on my tuckus as well.
Yes. But anyway, next photo. This one I thought was really, really well done. And I've seen this before on Pixar, but holy crap. I would like to title this work The Three Faces of Wicked because,
Yep,
yeah, I really loved what you were going for in this photo, how you were depicting mental illness.
DID. Yep,
Yeah, that's
DID.
definitely a pretty accurate description of DID right there. For those
Yep.
that don't know, DID stands for dissociative identity disorder. And I really
And
love what Wicked conveys in this photo as a means to
yep.
spread awareness for the disorder. I thought It was well done, really.
It's a very bad version of PTSD. It's like a PTSD on steroids, but there's one thing about it. The brain is a wonderful thing. Like your iPad, computer, or whatever, it has its own way of fixing things sometimes. And when
Yeah.
you go through a lot of like I have, or someone beyond the threshold of PTSD, your brain will reboot and will make more mini computers, or in this case, different alter personalities. Like you will
Nice.
have many personalities in your head or in your body, and you won't, unless something stressful happens, like let's say Monday, you won't switch unless something stressful happens. It's a protective thing that your brain does. It's kind of like McAfee, but a lot more interesting than McAfee for your computer because it's your brain.
Right.
I think these are more gifts, more aggravating gifts. I wouldn't say that I suffer from DID or PTSD, or else I may as well say I suffer from being Asian, and that would
Wow.
be kind of doofus move there because, well, you don't suffer from being of a certain ethnic group. Certainly don't suffer from what your brain is programmed to do. So it's similar to that. And I don't suffer from being whatever religion I want decide to be, in this case shamanism, because of my ancestors. The way nature goes, it's like if it's the way nature goes, it's a gift. It should not. I know that sounds a little weird, but it is a gift. That we should not treat our brains like crap like we do with our computers. Hey, hey, you swacking it on the back of the computer screen, say work, dang it, and stuff. I think we should be more kinder to our brains because they can do a lot of amazing things under toxic stress.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
I've had three different alters in my life when I was a kid, and I used to go through the poopity loop as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Particularly, I had one named Bubbles.
Bubbles,
He's,
huh?
yeah, not as in the Powerpuff Girl. This was a different Bubbles. She was a crazy teenager. And then there was a psychotic doctor, and then the other one just poofed into nowhere. Poofed and vanished into thin air, and then Lisa vanished into thin air, and now I just have Bubbles from time to time.
Wow.
She might dissipate sooner or later too because I'm getting much better with things, but they could reappear if something really up happened. Like I don't know. I don't want to think of anything up, so that's why. But that's why I do these self portraits because it's the mental illness or illnesses, if you want to say, with PTSD and stuff. They're trying to say that it's a bad thing. It isn't a bad thing. Of course, you have to take medication for it. It's more of a rare thing, and it can be a very amazing thing what the brain can do and what human nature can do to help you cope with trauma, be it PTSD, CPTSD, BPD, dissociative identity disorder, dissociative trance disorder. That's just your brain saying, I'm fed up. I'm going to do something else different that might help you.
Right.
And it usually helps the other people in some case that have DID. That being said, like one woman, and I'm going to just try to find the video, had, get this, and she wasn't faking this. She had 2,500 different personalities living in
Wow.
her brain, and they were all trying to bring down the person who gave her this condition. Let's call it a condition or gift. A lot of males she ended up having like mental, like memories she'd like to forget. That being said, she ended up saying, well, they're trying to help me bring my father to justice because her father did some bad things to her. I'm not going to say into what they did. He did. You can just imagine how severe if it her brain had to go into like thousands of personalities.
That's scary, really.
It seems scary, but it's a wonderful thing the brain can do. A lot of people fear it because fear PTSD, fear CPTSD, or BPD, bipolar or borderline personality. And then there's some people that have DID and dissociative trance disorder, which is like DID on steroids, where you think you're possessed by a demon. That one's not so good. But anyways, very interesting to see that how the brain, what the brain will come up with to protect you from the trauma. Sometimes you have blackouts. I never had a blackout in my life. That's why I do the modeling and the different what is it self portraits. It's just, and then there's some that self portraits that have me and my boyfriend in them, which were just to be nice, to show the glimmers in life.
Well, yes, I thought it was pretty gorgeous.
Yeah,
The,
and then
the
there
way it
was
was edited, I love it.
the one
And
with me and my boyfriend.
yes, really looking very pretty, with the pink, purple, and the blue in it.
Yes, that's right. And
Oh, I
then there was
really
one
love the thing with the
like,
eyes. That
thank
is
you.
just, woo,
I,
freaky in a good way.
yeah, and then there was one I took of graveyard. That one might freak some people out, but to them again, if you don't understand goth or goth subculture, you can find another channel. Because I've always been intrigued by the
The
not the
con
idea of death, but just the idea of taking pictures of the headstones, particularly the ones that don't have too many names on them, because I do respect privacy, even though the person's taking a dirt nap, is dead, probably heaven or hell. I still find that they deserve their privacy, so I just take the back end of the picture of the headstone. I would prefer if people would use chirons like my stone piles that I do from time to time.
wow. Yeah, like that one you did recently.
Yep, that's
Cool.
another. That one was some heavy lifting. That was 100 pounds. I'm 6 pounds heavier than what I lifted that day.
Wow. Yes. Yeah,
You
I
can
bet you
find.
gained a lot of muscle that day.
Oh, I always have muscle.
Like more muscle than you had before, is what I meant.
Yep.
Yeah, I noticed in
One
that particular picture there were Siren Head in the background.
couple of other ones with Siren Head in the background. Yes.
Yes, that is cool. Like, how did you integrate Siren Head into that photo so naturally? It's like I literally thought Siren Head were actually there for reals.
Because I have PTSD, again, I put Siren Head in anything I can think of. Because he was basically created by people with war related, terrorism related PTSD at one time, and then he was popularized by Trevor Henderson, the Toronto-based artist who popularized Siren Head. Also created Cartoon Cat and the others. So I try to blend those into some things as well. It's kind of interesting. I try to do a lot of mental health stuff, even if it's spooky or eerie, because it's important to talk about this. I know people sometimes shun the subject of mental health, or they don't want to deal with it. Well, guess what? Deal with it.
It's a fact of life.
Yeah, whether it be a gift like DID, which is your brain just saying, I'm rebooting and I'm installing some more personalities to you because of
Yeah.
your trauma, or if it's just an aggravation like PTSD. That being said, it's something that's important to address.
Yes. You gotta shout it for the rooftops.
I would if I could climb properly.
Well, I mean, figuratively speaking, of course.
Yes, I meant.
Woo! Excuse me.
That's okay.
My lunch, I swear. It's really got a
Well,
mind of its own.
yeah,
Okay, anyway, so the next photo, it shows you as well as the phases of the moon.
oh, that was just because I'm a night owl. That has nothing to do with any mental health. It's just I'm just a night owl, or I'd be asleep by now. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yes.
I always like. I bet you 2 to 1 after this video. I'm gonna write. Then I'm gonna see fit when I go to sleep. I don't go to sleep once people say go to bed or when my pills tell me to go to bed. I just go to bed when I'm bored and it's time for me to go to bed. That's why the phases of the moon, and also I'm an empath, which
Yeah.
is very interesting. An empath is where people can feel emotions of other people. They can feel natural phenomenon like a full moon or a solar eclipse. Can feel both of these. Solar eclipse is a more positive thing to snap onto than, let's say, a full moon where it makes you do really stupid stuff.
Yes. Like turn into a werewolf, like,
Yeah, that would be one. Or behaviors,
right.
you know,
Better
like
watch out.
acting out and stuff. And then it's like, oh, Christ, it was a full moon.
Damn. Kind of like
I
the
call it
video
bully
for
in the sky.
there. God. It takes me back to MG's Thriller. Ugh. You know, when the werewolf character ends up attacking the girl, but then it cuts back to him and the girl in real life.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, last photo. This one is pretty interesting and has a quote from Tim Burton. One man's crazy is another man's reality. It's kind of a take on one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yes, that's true. You said it right there.
Yeah, and I also like on the left, your eye is glowing, like kind of like
Yeah,
apocalyptic style, if you will.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
I did the quote because, again, mental health, as well as I also believe in that people shouldn't be called crazy because the reality is different from some other asshole's reality. That other asshole can either adjust their reality or accept it. They don't have to be an asshole. All they have to do is accept someone else's perspective on reality, and maybe things would be a lot better in the world.
That's right. We just need to not judge a book
Don't
by its
judge.
cover.
Never judge. For example, I was watching Teddy one. Well, one friend of mine was watching the Ted movie with the teddy bear, and I
Uh-huh.
didn't have a very good memory of it because of PTSD, and I thought it was just straight up PORN. And I said, "Well, that's what it is." And then I went downstairs, watched it. I know, a hypocrite. And then I watched it, and I said, this doesn't seem like this is pornographic. Instead, this sounds actually like a very fun movie, and I laughed my pants off.
Nice.
So
I'm
it's
too.
don't judge a movie by its content. Don't judge a book by its cover. Same thing. Yeah, you should judge people because of how they see things. Unless they end up with rosy colored glasses and they think everyone should focus on them, then that, like narcissism,
Uh-huh.
that's when a freaking problem. Because
Yes.
that's part of the dark triad is narcissism, sadism, and Machiavellianism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that. The Dark Triad.
Yep.
Alrighty, so with that out of the way, we are now going to move on to the Pokemon Go discussion. So, yesterday, I was going out of town and I was trying to play Pokemon Go, and the app decided to crash on me multiple times. So, I
Oh,
tried to, so I uninstalled and then reinstalled it to hopefully alleviate the bug problem. but to no avail. While it doesn't force close as much as it did, it still was very, very, very glitchy. Both my character and my buddy Pokemon wouldn't show, and it's just
Oh,
like, what the heck?
yeah, what the hell is right? So,
The
what was going on with Pokemon Go?
well, like I said, it was getting buggy, but then there was the update where you know how since you're not that familiar with Pokemon Go, basically previously there weren't that many skin color options in the game. You
Oh,
know,
really?
the lightest shade it leaves you tan at best, like a light tan, and then my hair color that I had, like it looked more black with purple highlights in it. But after this update, however, we now have the ability to change your skin color to even the lightest shade of pale, if you will. Like when I got back into my game, when the bug situation resolved, that was after I got home from being out of town. My character's skin was very pale, and the hair was no longer the dark, vibrant purple that it was, but instead was like kind of a dullish, dark purple. And then there have been more hairstyles as well. One of which is in regards to the medium length hairstyle, had the bangs as well as the hair, the back of the hair sticking out at the end.
Hmm.
Yeah, basically, that is just an example of the changes made within the appearance update in Pokemon Go. And I wasn't the only one that had some reservations about the update. A few of my friends from a Pokemon server I'm in had some gripes with the appearance based update as well. And and unfortunately, when I tried to get in today, it forced closed. But then when I got back in, everything was fine. I don't know. Just Pokemon Go being all weird as of late. It's like, it was
Yes.
fine up until yesterday, but then yesterday when I got out of town, for some odd reason, it decided to bug itself out. But then when I got home did the app, work properly again. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't
Wi-Fi.
know.
Probably.
Well, I used Pokemon Go on my phone. I was using mobile data, when I was out of town, since I got my phone thing taken care of a while back, a little
Oh,
while back to be exact.
yeah.
And now, with that out of the way, again, we're now going to talk about some news regarding our Facebook fan group. So last night, I came on my Facebook, yeah, and I tried to go to my group. And when I went into the group, I get this message saying that the group was archived because it had no admin. I couldn't post, I couldn't comment, yada yada. And then
Yeah.
here it was going to finally get around to catching up on posting the videos to the group. And then here we are not being able to anymore because I don't know if anyone remember this, but due to some issues that she was dealing with, Wickid lost one of her Facebook accounts, and that particular Facebook account that she used was the one that she created the group on. And because that account is gone, therefore, Facebook decided to archive it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was partly on me because I should have remembered to ask you to make me admin so this wouldn't have happened. But even then, somehow neither of us knew that this was gonna go down. But yeah. So in case you're wondering why, for those that use Facebook, in case you're wondering why that group has been active, that's why.
Uh, scammers.
Probably.
Yeah, because of that scammer.
Yeah, the scamming incident. Yeah, now I remember.
Yes.
So because of that, I wasn't able to post anymore. Well,
Okay.
I would have been able to post had I not been habitually procrastinating on going to the Facebook group. But I did, however, promote the videos on our fan Discord, which we still have, as well as my Twitter. And I'm probably going to start posting them to my main Facebook now that the group has been dissolved by Facebook company itself. So, yeah. Thanks, Meta. Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Meta.
thanks, Meta.
This is what I get for habitually procrastinating on things.
Yep.
Facebook group gets archived because of no admin. So,
Not because of no admin, because of scammers. They crack down to it.
yeah, you had to leave your account because of the scammer, that account you created that group on. Sad.
Very sad.
The big sad. This is why you don't procrastinate on posting to, well, technically promoting your content on your Facebook groups, because, well, specifically the ones made to promote your joint channels, because never know when things like this happen. So this is a lesson.
Yep.
Okay, so now with that out of the way, we are going to do the usual outro thingamajig. So if you like this video, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you want to see more, subscribe. And if you want to be notified of our uploads, please hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload from us.
Yep.
We will see you on Wednesday on the Ducky Alien Files, Lord willing.
Yeah,
And
and we'll be talking about 50 Cent, the rapper.
yes, 50 Cent. This should be a very interesting one.
Yep. Ta-
So please stay safe out there and have a good rest of your week.
yes, you too. And yes, please be safe.
Absolutely. So bye for now, everybody.
Bye for now.